Hi everyone, welcome on board to CATKing. This is Anisha here. Please make sure you watch this video, very important, right till the end, because I'm going to talk to you about all the important instructions which are given on the CMAT admit card. It's a 3-page admit card this time with 51 instructions. So these are important do's and don'ts which we need to keep in mind for the day of exam. So please make sure you make notes and watch right till the end. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is please download your admit card and then ensure that you have been allocated a good test location. It's provided proper details. Look at the location because there are people who have got like 200-300 kilometers away from their city, the centers. So you don't have an option. You got to travel a day prior and make sure you are ready on the day of the exam to give it in a peaceful mind setup. Make sure you check your location very well. Okay, then on the first page you also have a self declaration undertaking which you have to sign. This is for your COVID precautions, right? So submit your details. Last 14 days, do you have any symptoms or not? Tick mark on the same. Enter the details of the cities if you have traveled from any different cities, which is there, right? Then you have to put these three boxes are very important. Okay, first box, you need to put a photograph of yourself. This has to be done before. Same photograph as the one which you have given in the application form before. This needs to be put before reaching the center. Left hand thumb impression again to be put before reaching the center. The last one, signature, which needs to be put on the day of the examination in presence of your invigilator. So these three things are important: your admit card, main photograph, signature, test center location, and the self declaration. This is the first page. Second page talks about all the important instructions which you need to keep in mind. Okay, so now let's have a quick look at all the important instruction for all the candidates which has been given. Here, the first thing which is being told is you have to make sure you reach the center as indicated at the reporting entry time at the center. Don't be late. Nobody will be allowed after the gate closing time. Okay, no candidate shall be permitted to leave the examination hall before the end of time. So exam आपका जल्दी खत्म हो जाए तो आप मुंह उठा के बाहर नहीं जा सकते हो. You have to wait till the end of it. Okay, on completion of the examination, please wait for instructions from invigilators and do not get up unless you have been permitted to move out. Okay, all the candidates are required to download and read carefully the instructions and advisory for COVID-19. What I am reading is the instructions. The next page is your advisory for COVID-19. We'll read here and read all of them and adhere to it strictly. Okay, like I said, this is a 3-page admit card. You need to take a printout of the complete 3 pages. Okay, the admit card is provisional, subject to satisfying conditions as given in the information bulletin. Read that up as well. Okay, as an advice, yes, you should visit the examination venue a day prior so that you know what's your center, what you need, what you don't need. Okay, if religion or customs require you to wear specific attire, please visit center early for thorough checking and mandatory frisking. If you have some such kind of constraints, please make sure you reach the center before. Do not create a havoc for yourself by reaching last minute. All right, no candidate would be allowed to enter the examination center without admit card and undertaking, valid ID proof, and proper frisking. So frisking is done through a metal detector, which will be done for everybody. Along with that, your complete 3-page admit card and valid ID proof is mandatory. Okay, at the center, what you're allowed to carry: you're allowed to carry one transparent water bottle, a personal hand sanitizer, simple transparent ballpoint pen, admit card along with the self-declaration undertaking which we have seen on the first page from the website. It's a clear A4 size paper, duly filled form, signature, photograph के साथ में. Signature you will do it on the campus there itself. Okay, additional passport size photograph for pasting on the attendance sheet. Please remember this: beyond what you're putting on your admit card, you need one more photograph to put on the attendance sheet there. Okay, an original valid ID proof, mask and gloves. This all is allowed for you to carry. Okay, Once again, remember important things to carry, which is a must: admit card, all 3 pages, with photograph, left hand thumb impression already there, one additional photograph for your attendance there. Okay. Next thing, before reaching the center, you must submit all your details on the self-declaration form in legible handwriting, like I mentioned, with the proper thumb impression and the proper photograph. Okay. ID proof which you can carry. You are allowed to carry your PAN card, driving license, voter ID, passport, Aadhaar card, e-Aadhaar card, ration card along with you for, um, the original one itself. So do not carry scanned copies or photographs or show your mobile versions onto it. That's not going to be accepted. You have to carry original ID itself. Okay. If you are from the PWD category, you need to carry your PWD certificate as well along with you. Okay. No other belongings, which is like your mobile phones, watches, etc., will be allowed. So do not carry extra things. Okay. Shoes and footwear with thick soles and garments with large buttons are not permitted. Blank paper sheets for rough work will be provided at the examination hall to the candidate. So you have to write your name and roll number on the same, and that will be given up. You'll be given a drop box in which you have to drop down all your uh, rough sheets at the end of the exam. Okay. Duly filled admit card must be dropped in the designation drop box while leaving the examination hall. So while leaving the examination hall, you have to drop your admit card, you have to drop your rough sheets as well also. Okay. No candidates should adopt any unfair means or indulge in unfair examination practices. That's, I think, very, very obvious and important. You cannot be cheating out there. It's very essential to take care of that. Okay. The candidates are advised to check updates on the NTA's website regularly for any changes, anything that comes in place. Okay. The mode of the examination shall be computer-based test. You know that you have to properly put in your examination roll number. This examination roll number is very important so that you can log in properly, timely. Do not do any mistakes on the same. If you are stuck anywhere, you have any issues with your admit card, please drop in an email to cmat@nta.ac.in. They will take care of all the possible things which you have or any concerns at hand. Okay. So that's all the important instructions which you need to follow. Now we come to the last segment where we are talking about the advisory for candidates regarding the COVID-19. So NTA is ensuring all the social distancing policies. You have to prepare for this at the center. What they have done is, it's a proper process which has been conducted to sanitize the center thoroughly. The gap between two seats will be maintained as per the Government of India guidelines. Hand sanitizers will be available inside at the exam venue. Thermoguns will be used to check your body temperature. Barcode readers will be available to scan your barcode on the admit cards. So make sure you have time so that everybody can do the scanning process in time. Okay. 6 rough sheets will be kept at the desk for every student, which you will write your numbers, and after the exam drop it in the drop box. Okay. Candidates are expected to reach before the entry time so that you are not delayed. Before the gate closing time तो for sure पहुंचना है वहाँ पे. ठीक है. Pre-examination preparation, candidates to check reporting entry time given and reach according to the time slot so that you are not creating any crowd or havoc there. Candidates should fill admit card and undertaken completely properly as the instructions. You will be permitted to carry only certain items which we discussed in the video before itself, so that you are not having unnecessary things available or any confusion or chaos being caused. Okay. At the time of the entry, what we are going to be doing is, you will need to maintain a space of at least 6 feet from each other. Lab number will not be displayed outside the center to avoid any crowding at any place. Once you go inside, they will allocate you your floor and which lab you are supposed to go for your exam, which is there. Okay. You will be required to sanitize your hands before entering the center. You have to give your proper admit card and undertaking. Do not bring items which are not mentioned out there. You will, after the your body temperature will be checked by the center staff, and then you will be let inside. Then there will be no no one will be denied permission to appear for the examination unless you are violating any of the COVID-19 guidelines. Okay. During the examination, you will be offered a 3-ply mask before entry to stop chances of any UFM being used in the examination. Okay, so make sure they will give you those masks. You can remove the mask which you have to remove the mask which you are wearing, and you'll be given this 3-ply mask which needs to be taken care of. Your rough sheets will be A4 sheets which will be given to you. You will write your numbers on the same and then later on deposit that also there itself. Okay. Before this test starts, the seating area including the monitor, keyboard, mouse, webcam, desk, everything has been thoroughly sanitized. You have to carry one extra passport size photograph for the attendance sheet, so please make sure you are carrying that. On completion of the exam, you will be allowed to go in an orderly manner outside, dropping your admit card as well as your rough sheets in the drop box, and then you will be allowed to proceed out. Lot of instructions, lot of precautions, lot of safety being taken care for you to make sure, COVID guidelines, we are able to meet that well. All right. So please ensure that you are doing all the requisite requirements before entering the examination thoroughly well. Just a quick reminder, admit card, 3 pages printout, place a photograph onto it, put your left hand thumb impression onto it, and along with that carry one more additional photograph for attendance sheet and one valid ID proof which you have to keep in mind. Alright, thank you so much for staying tuned to and watch the entire video once again to make sure you do not skip any instructions, any guidelines. All the best for CMAT exam. Do well. Bye bye. Take care.